Hey, welcome back. This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How are you guys doing today? I've got another youth football drill that I use regularly in my youth football practices. Thought you guys might like to take a look. So why don't we jump right in and get started? I call this drill the contain pod, and it's really for DNs and linebackers and corners. And you can put the free safety in there to kind of give it some extra flavor. But I came up with this, I guess, in about 2010. I was having some trouble with my DNs hitting the contained target, and really we're trying to strengthen that position a little bit more. So let's talk about the contained pod. Usually I set up here. You want to set up kind of a half line, but you can actually do it across the whole field and have two sides going at one time if you want to get that started. But I normally have a quarterback, fullback, tailback, end, and wingback for offense, or you can use coaches. But I definitely like to use a tailback and a fullback here to try to simulate the actual runs. And so I've got a football here. I've got bags for a blocker here, but I give a run lane for a dive. I give a run lane for an off tackle between a tackle and the end here. I give a run lane for a stretch sweep or a slant. I kind of call it that sometimes. And then you've got your normal sweep lane here. So there's four particular lanes that you can run here to one side. You can have the fullback fake on stuff, the quarterback fake, and do that. And that really helps the linebacker pick out the football. The D in the linebacker here is supposed to be reading this B gap, the C gap, and A gap. So he's got really fullback in this off tackle play. The D end, he's supposed to be rushing to this 2 to 3 yard point behind the tailback here. It's his rush target. So he's supposed to be heading there and adjusting it based on any tailback kind of movement from there, because he's got contained, so he has to really worry about anything there. Now, if you've got a slow D end, you can kind of move this deeper or kind of outer. I don't want to box him because I need him to squeeze and fall back down for this off tackle play to kind of help out with C gap now and then. If he does basically box straight up, this leaves a huge gap for this linebacker to hit. So you need to be careful of that. The DN here should be, I like 2 yards to 3 yards outside the tight end or a wing back here at the end of the man on the line. Basically, you want to tell the DN that this end of the man on the line shouldn't be able to take one step and touch him. I mean, because really, I don't want the DNs on this rush to even be touched by the end. I like to play it that way and then squeeze back down if I need to. And that's the reason I don't want to box, because you're really moving that D end out quite a bit. And just real quick, these D ends really need to be very, very quick. You don't want to be really playing slow type of D ends here, because that just doesn't really work out. So then that's the DN. Your corner here, he's probably a little shallow here on this wide receiver. He probably should be about right here. Fred's back up here, and you can see how the drill works. So I'm trying to set up a lot of space here, especially if Fred and the corner are involved, so they can hit this sweep and see how the speed is. But this drill really works out. It's really mainly for this dude here to get to this point here and see how fast he can get there. And that's really what you're looking for. And then you're really trying to work this guy underneath here on the sweeps so he doesn't underrun those and those sweep guys cut back on him. So let's take a look at it in animation here. So bear with me. This is the first big animation I've tried out. But this is the fullback dive. You can see the fullback's in red here. So let's take a look at it. You see the DN ran straight up, and then he's going to fall back down to try to help out with the fullback once he knows the tailback didn't have the ball. And you can see everybody else kind of run back over. We can do this again real quick. The The end goes up, linebacker reads the fullback, and everybody comes over. And basically the D end, I like him sitting there for these inside run plays in case you have a reverse or a counter coming back this opposite way. If he totally drops down or whatever, then, you know, if the quarterback booted out of here and then you've got a reverse coming back around, this guy's on the hook for that and he's way down here. So you kind of need to be careful of that, especially in your scouting. So let's see the other play. So we got the off tackle play here. And that really is the linebacker and the D tackles play. Now let's see how that looks. So you got the D that came up, and now he's going to drop back down, and everybody read it here. They've got this guy surrounded. And really that off tackle play is a D tackle that sits there, but the linebacker should be inside out, which he is. The D end drop back down. If he knows there's no thing coming back over here, no reverse or whatever, he's got to look for that first. Corner's worried about him and then got over, and the Fred, once he crossed the line of scrimmage, we know it's a run play there. And every now and then you can actually throw to this wing back. That's another play that you can have to keep the corner and Fred kind of in the tight end to kind of keep the D backs a little bit more in tune with what's going on. But the contain pod, like I said, is really for this guy, getting him to this point and reading all this stuff in here. Okay, and so now we got a stretch sweep. Really watching the D end again. So inside the D end should be up at his point. The other guy should be moving to their places. You got on a stretch sweep. That tailback should be running right into him. The linebacker's inside out. I was going to stop the tailback here, but I wanted to see if he whips here, the linebacker and these two guys basically should be set up on a triangle on that dude there. And of course, you know, if the wingback is trying to block the corner, your corner definitely needs to know that's a run and start playing the run. If he's getting blocked down, he knows it's probably a sweep. He's getting blocked outside. It's probably inside of him. And the same thing with the linebacker on the end trying to block him outside or whatever. You teach him how to read those blocks there, and we talk about that. But again, this drill is set up for this guy, and these guys are just kind of going with some motion and doing some reads there. So let's go. Okay, so here's the sweep, and this is what we're looking for. Now, even though, just real quick, our D end is moving to this point, he's got to adjust on the tailback a little bit, or any back that's moving to his contain point. So as he sees that, I mean, they should cross about right in here if he's doing that right. So let's take a look at that. So boom, he hits the linebacker. If he keeps going, is right there on the inside. There's the corner, and there's Fred. So that's how that looks. We can see that again on the contain pod. Oh, there we go. Boom. There's the tackle by the DN. Help out by the linebacker in the corner if he's there, and if he misses it. But the DN, you know, if he's a little bit faster, he may be coming in and have to adjust a little bit to get to a tailback. He can't just run by the tailback to get his point. This is a target to help the DN get to a point, but he just can't run there without really knowing what's going on. So you guys are thinking about that, and that's kind of what we've got going on. So let's look at this again real quick. Let's say, you know, usually the DN was here before the stretch sweep. If you want him to box out right here, look how big this hole is. You got to be really careful about if they box out. I like them squeezing so it actually squeezes the depth there, and that's the reason I want this angle of attack versus a high-end box. So that's the contain pod drill. I hope you guys liked it. If you've got any questions about it, please leave some comments below. If you like the drill, please like the video. If you didn't like it, leave me a comment below and I can maybe answer your questions there. If you've liked all the youth football drills, offensive video, defensive videos, all the free youth football coaching content I've been putting out, please subscribe to the channel. That really, really helps. If you've got a coach that needs some information and you think you'd like to see the drill, please share. Also, if you'd like to shop my store, I've got a lot of products that I use in my practices and books that I read. I get a percentage of that, and that really helps out me continue to bring free content. I actually have a defensive book out right now, the 6-8 Multi-Youth Football Defense. It's over on my website at coachparker.org, and there's a link in the description and below. And if you'd like to actually donate $1 or $2 to help me keep running the channel, that would be great. And there's a link up at the top and in the description also. Hey, again, this was the Contain Pod drill for another youth football drill in the series, and I hope you enjoyed it. I was Coach Parker with coachparker.org, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. See you guys next time. Ciao.